Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a review on the Daemar-1 Spectacle, which is the epic variant of the Daemar-1 in Infinite Warfare. This is a semi-auto sniper rifle, which isn't really a sniper rifle, it's more of a marksman rifle. It's kind of comparable to the M1 Garand, which is a classic weapon in the game. However, the M1 is basically known to be a lot better than Daemar-1, basically because it shoots faster and does very similar damage outputs. It also ADS is quicker and stuff, but the Spectacle is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Got it pretty recently from a supply drop, and we'll just get into it. So, the Reflex is the epic perk and Focus is the common perk. Reflex, which is the main thing about this gun, it says it is a built-in custom reflex sight and tracking chip. ADS time of all scopes is improved. So, basically what this means is that the gun has a built-in reflex scope, or reflex sight. It is a very good reflex sight. It also comes with a built-in tracking chip, which also is very helpful, and the ADS time is improved, so it's probably more in line with the M1 now instead of the sniper ADS time, because the Daemar-1 would ADS a lot slower than the M1 Garand. I believe this gun, this perk, used to only have the custom reflex sight, and that was it, but they must have buffed it, because I was looking at some images online to see what the actual perks were, so I didn't have to fire up the game. But they missed out to the fact that it had a tracking chip and the ADS time was improved. So they must have done this like some stage. They must have buffed the gun, so I think it was a very good buff. It was definitely needed, because just having a built-in reflex sight wasn't going to do much for the gun. But the second perk is Focus, which is a common perk. This is just giving you reduced idle sway when ADSing. It stacks with ballistic CPU. I don't really notice it. However, it probably helps in quite a few situations, because sniper rifles do tend to have a good bit of idle sway. So I would say this perk probably helps a decent amount. Before I go into my opinion, I'm going to go into aesthetics. Now, usually what I do with aesthetics is basically just put up a few images on screen with red circles outlining the main changes of the gun. However, in this case, the gun is completely different looking. It looks completely different. It looks more like an M1 kind of style of gun. However, it just looks a lot smaller, and I think it looks a lot better. So I'll just put up two images on screen, which you should be seeing now, and you can just see what the changes are yourself. There's just the entire gun's different. Of course, the main thing is the reflex sight, but yeah, there's no scope on the Spectacle. It's just the reflex sight. You can put on like ELO and thermal and that sort of thing, but I don't think it's needed. I think the reflex sight works very well on it. But that's about it for aesthetics, just because the entire gun looks different. So my opinion / conclusion, which I know it's 3 minutes into the video and I'm already in a conclusion, but it's going to take up a lot of time, because this is more just my opinion on how you should use the gun. This gun is a lot better, this variant is a lot better than any other Daemar-1 variant in the game. You'd like to think so, because it's the epic variant. However, in Infinite Warfare, a lot of guns actually, like their rare or legendary variants, are a lot better than their epic ones. One example I can think of would be the likes of the Stallion 44, for example. That gun, the epic variant, basically makes it so there's more headshot damage. However, the gun works better at hip firing, so you're much better with a legendary variant, which tightens hip fire spread. With this gun, it's the opposite way around, so the Spectacle is actually the best variant in the game of the Daemar-1. This variant makes the Daemar-1 a lot more competitive with other semi-autos in the game, being probably the M1 most comparably to. However, the G-Wheel could have a den semi-recently, so you know, it's more in line with the M1 Garand than anything else. The Spectacle doesn't shoot as fast. The fire rate hasn't been improved in the Spectacle. However, it does have the one-shot headshot. If you shoot it in the head, it gets a one-shot headshot. It shoots slower than the M1, however the one-shot headshot does balance it out. I believe it's a two-shot kill anywhere on the map, however it might jump up to a three-shot extremely long range, I'm not too sure. But the reflex sight with the tracker chip and the improved ADS times work extremely well at Daemar-1. You do not need to use quick draw, however it probably helps in a few situations. You do not need to use a sight, because the built-in reflex sight is amazing, and you don't have to put on a tracker chip because it's already on the gun. So basically you're saving yourself 3 attachments right off the bat there, which is pretty good actually. Well, actually you can only put on a tracker chip or sight. However, you're easily saving yourself 2 attachments there, so you're getting 3 attachments built into your gun, which is very good, and I think it's amazing. I think it's a really good variant. The reduced idle sway obviously helps, but the way I use this class, which is probably the main thing that I should be talking about here, is I use a suppressor on it. Now, in Infinite Warfare, I believe suppressors don't actually affect sniper rifles at all, mainly because they don't have drop-off ranges, so the KBS longbow is always a one-shot kill no matter where you're on the map. Therefore, since a suppressor reduces your range by like 5% or 10%, it doesn't actually affect sniper rifles because there's never a drop-off range, so there's nothing to reduce. The same stands for the intervention, for the Widowmaker, for the EBR, for the Damer 1 in this case as well. So putting suppressor on the gun does not affect the ranges at all and doesn't hinder the gun's performance. It also it works extremely well with this variant for some reason. On the likes of the M1 Garand, putting a suppressor on the gun works, however I do believe the M1 has drop-off ranges. I think it's a 2-shot kill majority of the time, but then at long ranges it can be a 3-shot kill. But the Damer 1 doesn't seem to have this drop-off range. I could be wrong, but I really enjoy using this gun suppressed. Honestly, when I got it from a supply drop like a while ago, or a few weeks ago, I did not think it was going to be good, because I didn't think the Damer 1 was bad when I was going for Black Sky on it. However, I also didn't think it was good, because it just seemed like a bad M1 Garand basically. But this Spectacle variant, I think I'll definitely use it over the M1 Garand. And the thing is that I've seen a lot of like discussions basically online on YouTube videos and stuff whether this variant is better than the M1 Garand, and it depends on what your playstyle is. I use this gun a lot for like this variant. I use the Spectacle for just kind of having muck around games, games where I'm not trying to do amazingly well, but I'm also not trying to do badly. If there's someone on the enemy team who tends to be like really sweaty or something, who are like, I don't know, maybe trying to get a nuke or something, which I understand, people trying to get nukes, that's fair enough. However, if people are being really sweaty and, I don't know, being synaptic or something, jumping around all over the place, this gun works extremely well, which you wouldn't think it would because it's semi-auto. However, it does 2-shot anywhere in the map, and it's also a 1-shot headshot, so it works extremely well, and the fact you can also put a suppressor on it doesn't hinder it, makes it so it's the ultimate stealth weapon basically, and I really love using this weapon. I somehow managed to go on a 24 gun streak, I think, 23 or 24 gun streak on Precinct with this. I don't have the gameplay, sadly. However, like that, I think that just speaks for itself. I've never done that apart from that nuke video. I think I've been like 3 kills off a nuke prior to that. However, like this isn't a nuke variant. It's the Damer 1. The Damer 1 is probably one of the worser guns in the game, but the Spectacle variant just is amazing for some reason. I think it's amazing, honestly. I think it's probably the best semi-auto weapon in the game over the M1. Obviously it depends on your playstyle. The M1 suits for a lot more aggressive play because it shoots faster, and it also 2-shot kill and it shoots faster, but it does have drop-off ranges and it doesn't work as well with suppressors. Therefore I think the Spectacle is a better weapon, and the built-in sight is amazing. I really enjoy using that with the reflex, the built-in reflex, the tracker chip, and the ADS times, which have been improved. The reduced idle sway is amazing as well. Well, okay, it's not amazing, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I think the gun's amazing. I think it's a really good variant. I didn't think it would be when I first got it, and honestly, if I had have known how good this gun was prior to getting it from a supply drop, I probably would have bought it salvage. So that's about it. I did go on for a bit at the end. I did ramble a wee bit, but the general conclusion that I want to get across here, the point that I want to get across here, is the fact that it is better than any other Damer 1 variant. It works very well with a suppressor. I prefer using it over the M1 Garand. The sight is amazing on it, and it works very good as a good stealth class / anti-sweat class because it's got that 2-shot kill anywhere in the map, and it works very good with suppressors. That's about it. I do think it is worth the 4,000 salvage. I don't know if I'd go as far as 6,000 salvage if you don't have the legendary variant, but I do think it's worth 4,000. But that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.